Hey, hi, welcome guys. Welcome back to our channel, which is Fibron. And today I'm going to discuss about the multi-threading and multi-processing. What do you mean by the multi-threading and multi-processing? Basically, if you will ask with me, what do you mean? What is the difference between the multi-threading and multi-processing? I can say only one thing: there is no difference. There is no much difference between the multi-threading and multi-processing. But yes, there is just some bit of difference between the multi-threading and multi-processing. What are those? We'll see in a while. Okay, so let's suppose you have your personal computer, you have your laptop, and you have your laptop and you are working with your laptop. And if you ask with your any IT professionals, even if you'll ask with me, then how I'm working in my organization. So means what I'm going to do. So whenever I'm going to office, that time just I'm opening my YouTube or my playlist of music. I'm running my music, and at the same moment of time I'm running automation script at the back end, and the front end level I'm writing some ML algorithm, okay, machine learning algorithm. So three tasks I'm going to perform at the same moment of time. So three tasks is going to be happen simultaneously, and there is a no relationship between these three tasks. So this kind of processing is known as the multi-processing, which multiple processing process is going to be happen at the same moment of time. So how it, and each task is going to be allocate a separate memory in your RAM. Okay, so this concept is known as the multi-processing. If you really want to know how it works, just if you can open your task manager, you can see your task manager, and here you can see logical processor is equal to 4. What do you mean by this? Because my laptop is quad core processing, means in single CPU 4 CPU is integrated in a single CPU, means 4 CPU can run multiple process simultaneously. So this is the benefit of the multi-processing. Now coming to the multi-threading. Okay, multi-threading, what do you mean by the multi-threading? Let me share my word, Microsoft Word. And here if I'm typing something, my name is Rajesh. Okay, and if I'm typing something blah 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 something and whatever we are typing here. So see, multiple tasks in a single process. This is Wattpad is a single process, right? In a single process there is a multiple task is there, means there is a subtask is there. In a single process there is a subtask. Like what are the subtasks? See, you can see how many word we typed, that word is also getting count. How many pages are there in this word document? There is only one page, that is also going to be count. And means what are the wrong spelling I wrote it here in a single process, means in a single word itself, it is going to perform the multiple tasks. Means under one application, if you are going to perform the multiple tasks, then it is coming under the multiple threading. If you can see in your, means if you are working professional, then you can see in a single application there is just so many kind of task we are going to be divided. Like if you can see any e-commerce website, means suppose Flipkart, Amazon. If you are going to take a Flipkart, Amazon example, so once you are selecting any particular product, after selecting the product, it is reaching to the cart is going to be created. Means how many product you are going to be select, that many, means cart is going to be, it is going to be stored inside your PF cart, and cart size is also getting increased simultaneously. Selecting product and increasing the cart size is going to be happen simultaneously. Once your cart creation, once you have done your shopping, then what you are going to be done, we are going to in the payment page. And the payment page, what is going to be happen at the same time, once you are entering your valid credit card detail, debit card detail, everything. So what is going to be happen at the same moment, it is going to be check your bank server, and it is going to be check on the current application server. Both are healthy and both are able to take the payment, then only your payment is going to be proceed. Means in a single process the multiple task is going to be happen, then this concept is known as the multi-threading. So basic difference is there, multi-processing and multitasking, multi-processing and multi-threading, my bad. Multi-processing and multi-threading in the sense of, multi-threading will get applied in a single application. Whenever you have to divide your task in a part wise, then you should go with the multi-threading. Now coming to the multi-processing is what, whenever you are going to divide your task in a multiple cases and there is a no relationship between the task, then you should go with the multi-processing. Got it? So now now let's implement the same thing with the help of Python code. Okay, I guess I already made one video with the Java, and whoever not seen this, let's watch that and you can commit it there. So now what I'm going to say here, okay, now I'm going to create again, whenever people used to say about the multi-threading, it's a very famous example in my mind is coming like a multi-threading. So what I can say, I'm just going to create one class hello, and here, so what I'm going to do, class hello, I'm going to create one class hello, and here, sorry, my bad, and here I'm going to define def run method, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to type hello 5 times for I in range 5, and here what I'm going to do, hello, and I'm going to print hello 5 times. Okay, so no doubt up to this everyone knows about these things. Now I'm going to create another class. I'm just doing the copy paste, but yes, I'll give the different name of the class. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just copy pasting this class again, and what this time I'm going to give the class name as a hi. Okay, I'm going to give this class name as a hi, and here method name again let it to be run only, and again here I am writing something Rajesh. Okay, so now okay, how to call these methods, you know very well. We have to create the object of these two class, and Python, how we are going to create the object, obj, or you can say, sorry, instead of writing obj, yes, you can give any name for sure, no doubt. So I am giving the t1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to create a hello object for the hello class, and t2 is the object for the hi class, right? Hi class. Now let's do, and now if I'm going to call the t1.run method and t2.run method, if I'm going to call this way, so what is the expectation here, how the output will come? Okay, so yes, I can see 5 times my hello got print and 5 times my Rajesh got print, right? So don't you think it's a simple programming, means we had already done this? Now where is the multi-threading here? Where is the multi-threading? Okay, so multi-threading in the sense of two program will run simultaneously. What are those two program? You can see hello, you can observe hello is the one program, hi is the another program. So this is the two program, it should run simultaneously. But here it is running as a logically, means how I write code, how I wrote the code like a t1.run, in the same manner my code is going to be picked. So there is no concept of multi-threading is going to be happen, and I am not able to see any multi-threading concepts are there. Okay, let's implement the multi-threading then. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend or inherit the parent class, what is named thread. Okay, what is the thread, I'll tell you. Okay, so basically thread is the parent class, and okay, it is giving the error, no worry, you have to import from threading import asterisk. I'm going to import all this method. Now my error has gone, and let's run this code and let's see. Okay, still I am able to see the same output, there is no difference at all. Still I am able to see the same output, but there is no difference at all. So what the possibility, why it is coming like this? Okay, let's import one more thing. From time, I'm going to import from time and import sleep. If I'm going to import, and here after printing the hello, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put sleep for 1 second. I'm going to keep the sleep at 1 second, and again I'm going to keep as a sleep for 1 second. And now let's run this code. What is going to be happen, try to understand. And if I'm going to execute hello, yes, it is again, still it is going to be happen in the same manner, right? It's a kind of static things is going to be happen, right? So there is no multi-threading kind of concept is going to be happen, right? So what I can do, so I told you thread is what parent class, and hello is the child of the thread class. As we already knows, we had seen these things in the Java. Whoever from the Java background, they knows very well. But yes, you can observe this thread is the parent class and hello is the child class of that. And now instead of calling this run method, what I can call start, I can call the start method. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run. Now if I'm going to run this code, so my hello Rajesh, yes, hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh. Now okay, yeah, so you can see, yes, I can able to achieve my my goal, means 80%. Still I'm not able to implement complete multi-threading operation here 100%. So what the things is going to be happen wrong here? See, can you see this? Hello Rajesh got printed at the same time. What happened here? Basically what happened, there is a two thread. Okay, exactly, I can say there is a three thread. One is the main thread. Okay, one is the main thread, another is the T1 thread, third is the T3 thread. What is going to happen? See, once your main thread start execution and T1 start execution, so T1 went into sleep, and then at the same time T2 is going to be start. Now T2 went into sleep, T1 started, but there is a some point of time T1 and T2 got wake up at the same time, and it is going to be hit to your CPU at the same moment. So CPU is trying to execute both the thread at the same time, so that you are getting this kind of output. So how to overcome this kind of problem? This is nothing else. Thread prevention. This concept is known as the thread prevention. So how to overcome this kind of problem? There is a simple way. I can say there is only simple one, or only simple way. What you can do before, means after starting any thread, I'll put this thread into the sleep mode for 0.2 second, for 0.2 second. And now if I'm trying to execute this code, yes, I am able to get hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh. Yes, there is a no contradiction or collision is going to be happen, right? Now, okay, now if I'm going to print here, print hello Rajesh, bye. If I'm going to print here, bye. So like this, bye. And what you are supposed to be, what the supposed output should come, means hello Rajesh will get print 5 times, and after that bye should come. Let's see, let me run this code, and what is going to happen? Yeah, you can see hello Rajesh, and after that bye got printed. But what is my expectation? Bye should print after the hello Rajesh 5 times, bye should print. But here what is going to be happen? Bye. So means you can imagine this bye, this print statement, this line number 22, which thread is responsible to execute line number 22? Main thread is responsible to run this by statement or line number 22, because it is under the main statement, you can see. So what is going to be happen? Let's do some RCA over here. You can see this is the complete main thread. Okay, so whatever code is written here, that code is run by the main thread. Okay, so now T1 start executing, here, and then T1 start executing, then it went into sleep for 0.2 second, then T2 got start. So point in between 0.2 second, CPU is free. So what happened? The main thread is ready to execute. So that's what bye got printed here. So in order to overcome this problem, there is a method which is known as the join. So what is the join? Well, let's understand the join also in detail. Okay, so in detail, so what is the join statement is going to be done here? Basically, you can see, I'll tell you one story behind of this join statement. Okay, so let's suppose one marriage anniversary is going to be happened. So what is going to be done during the execution of marriage anniversary? First you have to fix the venue fixing, and then wedding card printing. Sorry, my spelling mistake is there. That's wedding card printing. And then distribution of card, right? Distribution of card. So these are the three thread. Okay, you can observe these are the three thread which is going to be happen. Okay, now let's suppose you have to prevent all the, see, printing of wedding card should not happen before the venue fixing. First you should know when the venue, and then only you can print the card, right? And then only you can distribute the card. Before fixing the venue, you cannot print the card, you cannot distribute the card. So first you can observe, this is my T1, this is my T2, this is my T3, right? So T2 has to, means wedding card will not print until unless venue is not getting fixed. Distribution of card will not going to be happen until unless your wedding card printing is not getting done. So understood? So each thread is going to be depend on the means on their previous stage. So I can say, see, T3 has to wait until T2 is not going to be complete. So if T3 has to wait, then T3 has to call T2 dot join. T2 dot join. What is mean by this is line? T2, if T3 is calling T2 dot join, means T3 is waiting to complete the T2. Suppose wedding card printing, this is the second thread, right? The T2 has to wait until venue fixing is not going to be happen. So T2 has to call T1 dot join. Be minded here, okay? Very precaution. You have to take care of this statement. If T2 has to wait for the T1 completion, then T2 has to call T1 dot join. Then only once the T1 will get complete, then only T2 will get start, right? Hope you understood this concept. Now we are going to here, don't you think so? We are going to apply the same thing. So main thread has to wait until T1 and T2 is not getting complete, right? T1 and T2 is not getting complete. Main thread has to be wait. So what I am going to do here, I'm going to write one line here, T1 dot join. I'm going to call join method. And this, see, again, if I'm writing here, then main thread is doing these things. But in case of Python, there is a syntactically something different, but yes, you can feel this, T2 dot join. Okay, now if I'm calling this, now if you can observe this complete phenomenon, so main thread is waiting to complete the T1 and T2. And now if I'm trying to execute this code, now hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh, hello Rajesh, yes, 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 and finally bye. See, now bye is not coming before completion of T1, T2, right? So this is the benefit of the join. Hope you enjoyed, hope you understood this multi-threading. Yeah, that's all. It's a very basic of multi-threading. In future, I'll upload some advanced feature of threading concept, and I'll take some complex programming of the multi-threading. And meanwhile, this much only. And if you really like this video, then please do like, share, subscribe, comment over the video. And if I miss something, then feel free, you can give your feedback over the comment. Thanks for watching this.